You know that Corporate Transparency Act everyone was worried about? When it first came out, we spotted something many missed about how it would affect community associations. Well, now the Treasury has halted enforcement. And guess what? There's a lot more to this story than you're hearing elsewhere. So here's what happened. On March 2nd, the Treasury Department suspended enforcement of the Corporate Transparency Act for U.S. entities. Great news, right? But there's more to understand here. If you've been around community associations for a while, you've seen this kind of regulatory back and forth before. Think of how fair housing regulations have evolved or how reserve requirements have changed over the years. What's really interesting about this CTA situation is what it tells us about how the federal government views community associations. While most management companies were rushing to help boards fill out more paperwork, some of us were thinking, wait a minute, this doesn't quite fit. This isn't just about skipping some paperwork. It's about recognizing that HOAs and condos aren't like regular corporations. They're unique, and they need to be regulated differently. That's actually a big deal for how your association is governed. Sure, the immediate win is obvious. You don't have to file those FinCEN reports, but let's talk about what this really means for your board. First, this is a perfect chance to step back and ask, how prepared are we for regulatory changes in general? Instead of just celebrating one less form to file, the most forward-thinking boards are using this moment to strengthen their overall approach to compliance. Second, here's something critical that's being overlooked. If your association already collected personal information for CTA compliance, you've now got sensitive data that you don't actually need. That's a liability. Smart boards are getting guidance on how to properly handle that information to protect everyone involved. Third, pay attention to how your current management partner handled this whole situation. Did they push comply, comply, comply? Or did they recognize that the legal challenges to this CTA actually had merit? This isn't the first regulatory curveball thrown at community associations, and it certainly won't be the last. The boards that navigate these changes smoothly are the ones with management partners who think ahead, not just react. Looking at the bigger picture, this regulatory shift offers some valuable lessons about what's coming next. Here's a pattern we've noticed. When one regulation gets pulled back, others often take its place. The smartest boards are already asking what might come next, instead of just celebrating the win. All signs point to associations facing continued scrutiny, especially around financial transparency and governance documentation. It'll just come through different channels than the CTA. A modern approach to management needs to anticipate these shifts. The real challenge isn't dealing with each new regulation as it comes. It's building systems that can adapt to whatever comes your way. And that's exactly where you see the difference between basic management and true partnership. Ask yourself, how did your current management approach handle the CTA situation? Did they help you prepare for different scenarios? Did they communicate proactively? Or did they just pass along requirements and deadlines without much insight? Today's regulatory environment needs a fresh approach, one that looks ahead rather than just reacting to what's already happened. This CTA enforcement halt isn't the end of the story. It's just one chapter in the evolving relationship between regulators and your community. The difference between simply managing compliance and providing true leadership has never been more important for your association's future. If you found this perspective valuable, we invite you to connect with us. Facebook viewers, like our page and follow us for regular updates. Feel free to message us directly with your questions or community challenges. Instagram viewers, hit follow and feel free to DM us with your questions or community challenges. YouTube viewers, subscribe to our channel and check out the video description for helpful links. Visit our website to discover our thought leadership content, books, and resources that can transform your community management approach. Whether you're dealing with the challenges we discussed today or other community issues, we're here to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.